Hello, everybody. It's hard to believe this officially marks the second anniversary of Friday Night Restaurant Reviews. Yes, we had the 100th before, and of course, 100 of anything is a real landmark. But now we're at the point where we've officially come up to the 2 year mark, and it's also the time, Missy Jen, where we do what? We pick our best and the worstest, the bestesses and the worstesses for 2016, 2017. Now, just as a refresher, and hi, honey, welcome to you.
Hi,
Missy Jen
sweetie.
has done her homework. I did mine. We worked independently of each other, but I'm pretty sure we have a lot of similarities in restaurants that we liked and ones that didn't exactly floor us with their performance in 2016 and 2017. Now, we we have excluded Bruno's restaurant from our list this year, not because Bruno's is not an outstanding restaurant. It's
It's
just it's
awesome.
a great
Awesome, awesome.
if I was coming into town, it'd be the number one midline restaurant that I would recommend that people go to. Bruno's restaurant on 4th Street in Santa Rosa, because they're just tremendous. But they were our number one restaurant for 2 years in a row. So we decided to kind of clear the decks this year and go down our list of best and worst for 2016. And later on today, we will head out and visit our number one pick for 2016-17. And we'd like to do that, Jen, to see if we got a fluke or we got something that really holds,
That's
that
right.
really does a number. So that's the plan that we have for today. So let's take down. Let's talk about our worst restaurant experiences out of the 52 that we did for 2016, 2017. Jen, I'll let you look at your list. I think you and I both kind of agree it stands out as obvious. Our worst experience for 2016, 2017 was what? That dismal night we went over to,
Gaia.
Pizza Hut. Remember that? And it was like
Oh, pizza. That was like prison
yeah, it was like
planet.
a prison Pizza Hut.
Planet prison.
It was all painted black. There was like hanging single light bulbs with no shade or anything. There were no plates. There was no utensils. There were no napkins. The place was as cold as it was the most forbidding looking operation that you have ever
They didn't
seen.
have plates. They didn't have napkins. They didn't have any supplies at all.
It was a
What kind of
nightmare.
an operation are you running here? You don't have anything? You actually were lucky to get a box where they could put the pizza in.
And if you go back and
Woo.
look at the title of our Pizza Hut review, on the thumbnail caption was, "Can I help you?" No, it's "Can I F you?" you know, it was
How
just
can they
awful.
port you?
Yeah, it was just awful, and we really
Mm.
we know the ups and downs of individual franchise ownership, and it certainly showed on that one. Other lousy ones, Gaia's Garden that we had.
Guy's garden was.
Why don't you describe Gaia's Garden a little bit? You go in and for like a set price, you get a
For
plate.
set price, you can get a different size plate, and you can just load it up on a vegetarian buffet, and just splurge yourself with all the goodnesses of vegetarian food. And I mean, the owner was really nice gentleman. He was helpful. He was kind, friendly. He came even outside and asked us how we were doing and everything.
But you know what? Kindness doesn't cut it. When you're forking out your
Right.
money there
Kindness
on the
doesn't cut
table,
it.
I'm kind too, right?
If I want kindness, I can
I get
just
a dog. I want a friend. I get a dog. I want kindness. I get a dog. I want a good restaurant to eat at. I don't want Guy's Garden. All I had for the next
right.
48 hours, I felt like a gas bag walking around with all
Yeah,
that
and
vegetarian.
I had to smell that gas. So thank you very much,
Thank you guys
guys.
for man. We ought to sue you. That's what we ought to
Ah,
do. But anyway, New York Pie Pizza was another. It was a miserable eating experience for me. You know, what
It
can I
was
say, Jen?
greasy.
We went in, the loudness, the obnoxiousness,
Soggy.
the chaos in the place. There were multiple. This waitress didn't know who had what. It was the woman that couldn't have the pizza. You know, we had to sit at her table, and she talked about her how she needs new choppers for a half hour. It was miserable.
Yeah,
It was
poor
so
old
loud.
Connie.
Yeah, poor old Connie, nice gal, but good
Yeah.
Lord, no amount of pizza could cover the misery of being shoehorned into that place on, you know, it felt more like a fraternity house happy hour than it did an eating establishment. So it's another one that we didn't really enjoy. The Popeyes in Rohnert Park, you guys remember that. Now I'm going to make
Yeah,
a
that
confession.
was
Missy, Jen, and I are currently Popeye addicts. About once a week
Yeah.
we go up to our new
location in town here.
new location here in town, and it's a
Santa
wonderful,
Rosa.
you know, it's good.
Ooh,
Again,
it's amazing.
each franchise is independently owned and operated.
And
Some,
it's amazing. Every time we go in, the young kid behind the counter says, "Hey, Rosie, how are you doing?" He knows her by her name.
don't say it. Yeah, okay. Anyway, and we thought it wasn't a lousy experience, but the Olive Garden was our worst value for price, I think, of 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, our seating location was lousy, the view was lousy, the noise level was lousy, and the food was very, you know, I've eaten it better at Denny's for 1/3 of the price, and Denny's was a good deal, by the way. It was a nice thing,
Yeah,
but
they
the
got
Olive Garden,
They
failed.
got the stack with the bananas and the crunchies.
Yeah, you like
and
that,
the
your
vanilla
bananas
sauce.
waffle? Ooh, Missy Jen. Calm yourself down. Calm yourself down. Now let's get to the good things that we had. Early on, we went to the Flamingo, and of course, we can't go back to the Flamingo Hotel because they have a lot of fire refugees there and stuff. But they really did a wonderful job in a beautiful location, looking out on the pool and everything. So I really enjoyed the Flamingo. Maybe you agree that was
The Flamingo was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Flamingo Hotel.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought, as I said, we went back to Bruno's. We enjoyed Bruno's again. It was great.
Bruno's twice in a row. Slabanaka.
Remember the ice cream I tried?
10 points, 10 stars, twice in a row.
Yeah.
It's like, did not disappoint at all.
Remember the ice cream I sampled?
Yeah, it was the garlic ice cream,
which was interesting.
homemade, and it was pretty good, eh?
It's kind of weird, but interesting. I like a place that pushes the envelope, and Bruno's does not disappoint.
Oh, it's great.
Hippie's Eyes Pizza. Now, this shocked me. There was a gas station out in Sebastopol. It just absolutely shocked me. We went inside. It was a gas station that had been converted into a little place with a few seats. But my goodness, that pizza that they served up was out of this world.
Yeah.
Out of this world, I was contacted by the owner, and he made comments on the video, as often happens with Jen and I reviews, that people, thank us for coming through and things like that. But what a marvelous job, Hippie's Eyes Pizza out in Sebastopol. They had the little pepperonis and stuff. Man, it was just really, really a great deal. Sometimes when you're a Friday night foodie, you got to keep moving ahead, so you never get to go back to the plane. You never get to go back and enjoy the places because you have to keep marching ahead and trying new places. But that's a place I definitely like on a calm night when we don't have anything to do. Hey Jen, let's go to Hippie's Eyes and get a pizza there. Jen, what did you think of the villa when we went up the hill and you had the beautiful view over there?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, and the waiter was, old school waiters and stuff.
Yeah,
it was like real 1950s, Frankie Lane. You expected him to come
really
out and
nice.
start singing.
It looked like you felt like you were thrown back into one of those old movies.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, you felt like, oh, you were surrounded by Goombas, huh? There was even a
yeah.
kid that had
I
his hat
remember
on,
there
right?
was this old lady that gave me a stink eye because I was having all my tattoos hanging out and like, and she was like drinking her cup of tea and like, what are you
Real
doing here?
hoity, to
Like,
real high ender. But then there was the
hoity-toity,
kid that
like,
sat there with his
oh,
baseball cap on with his wife, and I
right.
thought, thank God that De Niro's not here. He'd walk over, hey, could you remove, or Pesci, Joe Pesci.
Yeah, like,
Hey, why don't you
hey,
take off, show a little respect for the place, take
take
your
your
hat
hat
off.
off.
Hey, Pesci, F you know, what did you little,
Take that pencil
take his
out
pen
and
and
stab him in the throat.
you guys know, right? Casino, Goodfellas, the usual kind of stuff. But this was a real Goomba
Yeah.
kind of place that dished up some nice food. Cibo Rustica, it's amazing. Every year, our list of greats is dominated by Italian places. Pardon me, Cibo Rustica Pizza. It was the place that we went into, and the owner immediately came up and gave us a glass of Chardonnay when we walked in the door. Remember that? And it was really nice.
Awesome. Yeah.
And after we did the review, the waitress chased me out on the parking lot and asked about everything. But my goodness, another pizza that was just tremendous. I just think it really gets the title of we try quite a few pizzas, but it gets the title. It's right up there with Hippie Zaz, and there was no flies on Cibo Rustica, and I really think it's the best. We gave that a 10 stars, each of us. That was a tremendous operation. The guy has his winery tasting room in another building. Unfortunately, some of that is now burnt down. That area was fire damage there. Arby's we went to with the guy that wanted to go metal detecting. That burned
Yeah,
down.
that burned
Unfortunately, that
down.
was
Yeah.
sad for us. Really nice guy there. That burned down. So. Then, Jen, we had Soban Korea down in Petaluma. Our first time having
Yeah,
Korea.
that was amazing. I actually looked back on that video and that was just goody.
Yeah, I had the great Korean hot pot and stuff, and Missy Jen had the
Pancake.
barbecue chicken. We had the pancakes, seafood pancakes and stuff.
was
It was another, I think we might have given that like a 9.8 or 10 stars. That was another great dining experience. Now, I'm going to let Missy Jen pick her number one because I kind of maybe suspect, and I didn't influence her at all, I kind of maybe suspected that we picked the same restaurant. I'm going to let her go first and give her drum roll, please, to pick for 2016-17 Missy Jen's restaurant dining experience of the year is.
I had 3 on the list, and there was Soban, the Korean was on the list. Then I put the best of Burma on there, which was really good.
Burmese food.
But then I came up with sauce.
Sauce, yes.
The barbecue. It's a barbecue place.
Down in Petaluma.
Down
yeah,
in
the theater
Petaluma.
district down there, and I wasn't prepared for barbecue. You know, you go in, I get the barbecue, but this was in another class.
It was really off the hook, and it was another winner when we went there. So that actually made the number one for me. So.
Yeah, let me describe that a little bit. It's as indoor and outdoor seating, and we've already let the cat out of the bag. We will be going down to Sauced again because that was my number one pick for 2016 and 2017. Their chili, I don't know whether it was the cuts of beef that they used or whatever. I've been thinking for the last 24 hours, I'm going to go out of my mind if Jen doesn't say sauce down in Petaluma because I've got to have a bowl of that chili again. That stuff was amazing. It was like the best chili I ever had. Jen, then we ordered what was called the burnt ends. Remember the burnt ends? How tasty they had the little bits of meat that got a little teeny bit of char on them. Oh, it was great. They gave you a
It
choice
was
of a lot of different
awesome.
sauces that you could put on. So
Yep. Good.
tonight I'm happy to say that we will have the joy tonight of going back to Sauced and retest our number one pick for 2006 2017 Sauced Barbecue in Petaluma, California. And guys, every week more and more people jump on the bandwagon of watching the foodie reviews. The first times we were doing it, the first year, I think, Jen, we got 30 or 50 views. Now we get 300, 500 views on these things because you guys are along and enjoying the experience with us. And it's awesome. We have such a good time. And like I said, the downside of being a foodie is you never really get to go into reverse. Hey, let's go back and try that again. You got to keep the machine moving forward, right? And that's what we do on Friday night restaurant reviews. On behalf of Missy Jen, I want to thank you guys for being along on this episode as we declared our number one food experience for 2016, 2017. Sauced Restaurant in Petaluma, California. We'll see you down there tonight.